You are now tuned in to Go Time Dolphins with Charlie Touche and Kadeem Simmons, the Miami Dolphins podcast that's for the fans and by the fans.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. Go. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time.
I know the characters.
I'm glad you know the song. So a couple of episodes ago when you were like on quite a lot and I said to you that we needed a nickname for you. You know, you got 5 Yard Lee, you've got Share My Sleep, all that kind of stuff. And for those of you who aren't aware yet, Chris now has his own show. We'll plug that later on and stuff like that. But on his show, he's known as El Capitan, the captain. So for me, it's only right that we start off from now on, whenever you're on, a bit of SpongeBob. Aye, aye, captain.
Aye, aye.
I feel like that's the only way to go from now on. So
I need to find
aye,
some
captain.
music. I'll bring it with me and stuff. Play the whole song on my way in here. That'd be awesome.
Captain, how are you? How did you find that Jets game?
Oh man, what are you talking about, dude? We seen what we've been wanting to see from Tua. That big pass. Last time I watched your guys' show, we were talking about that big pass on a rope. That we want to see that from him. And man, I think we just seen it. That 65-yard bomb, dude. He just chucked it all the way down. Big pass to Hollins. It was a beautiful thing to see. I'm stoked, man. I'm stoked. It's a good win. All wins are a good win for this team right now, especially. But there was a couple of ugly things from the team, but we came out on top. That's all that really matters. And on my show, I thought it was going to be a bland game. And then I thought, maybe it's going to not be like a slug out. The Dolphins are going to beat the brakes off of them. But I was wrong 2 times because it was really a good slugfest. We really got a good show from these boys, man. They came back at us. We went back at them. It was fun, man. I had a good time. What about you? What'd you think?
So I was pleased that Joe Flacco was starting because I was like, he can't damage us. He can't get out of the pocket. You know, the way the defense have played the past few games, we are going to shut him down, hold him to 10 points, if that, easy win. And the way we started, I was like, perfect. Defense, go and do your thing. And they started to, but then they didn't. And, you know, I'm all about giving people their props. If you say something which I agree with, I don't care who you are, I will say, go check them out because it's not my
That ain't no
take.
lie, too, bro. That ain't no lie.
So, Brett Coleman has an amazing YouTube channel. Go check him out if you haven't already. He done a film breakdown of the game against the Ravens, and basically that this new blitz that we've been running, and he was saying that it's beatable, and of course it's beatable because nothing is perfect, and he was saying that if you have quick little throws and stuff like that, then you can beat this defense. And to give the Jets credit, that's what they did. Quick little throws, they didn't stand in the pocket all day. They got it out quickly and basically said, if we can make one guy miss, then rush to the races. And that's what they did. I think, not to toot my own horn, but when the Dolphins were down in London, I asked Jalen Waddle, and, I'll post it again. Why is it that you guys start off really quick in the first quarter, for the second and third quarter, there's nothing, and then you end strongly? And Waddle looked at me after I said it multiple times. He didn't understand me, this London accent, all that kind of stuff. and he disagreed with me.
I remember seeing you there. I remember seeing that. I could understand you every time. Like, oh man, this kid's struggling. He lived, he was in Alabama. They got all that southern twang down there, Mike. So I don't understand.
It must have been the face mask that kind of made it difficult as well.
And the beard inside the face mask is like, you got a woolly mammoth in your mouth.
Exactly.
I got you.
But Waddle said that they don't, that they play fast all game. And once again, they didn't, because the second quarter was hideous.
Oh,
the third quarter was, and again, it's, you're watching them going, it's third down, throw beyond the sticks. Please throw beyond the sticks. Third down is 3rd and 5, and you're throwing a 3-yard route, and it's getting stuffed. And then, I was chatting to LB, friend of the show, and he was saying, that they played scared, And to me, that's what I saw from this Dolphins team today, that they played scared. And before I hand back to you, 2 points or 2 moments really stood out for me. The 2 minute drill before the end of half, where it's like you're in the red zone, and I don't think a single person ran into the red zone. Mack Hollins had a little out route. It's like, dude, what's the point? And then Sanders misses the field goal. And then, we go up, was it 7? And drive down the field, and we just ran it the whole time. And I was like, this is where we should assert our dominance on the Jets. Say, like, you guys are our baby brothers. We haven't lost to you on the Flores. We're going to score a touchdown, and we're going to, basically run the score up. And they ran the ball all the way down the field. Yeah, I guess, but could have been more.
Well, it was, I don't know, man. I wonder sometimes, honestly, because, I told you, and I went to the Canes game last night, and first of all, the energy was amazing. Even in the rain, even brought more of it. But I wonder, and I haven't gone to any Dolphins games yet this year. Hopefully I can catch one before the year's up. But I wonder if it's just kind of like an adrenaline thing. You're so hyped, you're so ready to go. You come out, you hit it, and then there's that adrenaline dump where kind of then you get that come back to reality. Because I can remember doing that when I was playing football. We hype ourselves up so much at the beginning of the game, you actually get a little burnt out once you go playing. And I did a little boxing too. It's the exact same thing. You get all this adrenaline out, you get this come back to reality moment. Then you got to kind of catch up. You turn around, you're like, dude, it's past halftime. What happened? You know what I'm saying? And then you start, everything kind of slows down. The flow gets going, no pun intended, the flow gets going, But, they start imposing their will. But also, you see how this team operates, man. That's a multitude of things, and everything seems to be done with a purpose with this coaching staff. And I know we dogged on them, and man, oh man, did they get all the criticism they deserved early in the year too, bro.
Yeah.
But they stuck with it. These, other teams who are doing film work on them are seeing things line up. And now they're doing it, seeing them know that we do this, and then they have the counter for it. And it's working out beautifully as of late. And I really wonder if this is part of Flo's master plan. This is how he does it. We're going to do a lot of crazy crap that we can't do early in the year because we're going to keep doing it, because once we can, we're really going to lay on the crazy stuff now. And it's starting to work. We've seen how many times they really want this Wilson touchdown pass to happen, guys. Keep your eyes out. One of these days, someone's going to put some big money on Wilson's going to throw a touchdown pass and Buddy's going to clean up. You know what I'm saying? Because they are pushing that pass, and they're going to get it one of these games, and it's going to be the prop bet of the year for whoever's smart enough to get it when it happens, because man, oh man, oh man, that is going to be cool. They want it to happen. But they do some fun things. The game looks different. They're always getting Myles Gaskin, bro. Myles Gaskin. Guy is a monster. He knows how to play football. He needs the ball more. Please, Flo, give Myles Gaskin the ball more. You notice something that I've noticed recently? The more I see Myles Gaskin in the game, the better the odds are that we're winning this game. Now, I'm not saying he's the end-all, be-all, but he is a very, very important piece of this team, no doubt.
Yeah, definitely. Bear with me as I try and get this right. Everyone knows that Charlie Touche is the brains behind this podcast, so I'm going to try and do the intro.
Yeah.
And you know what? I had it in my head, and I forgot it already. So, before we get going, it's welcome to the Go Time Dolphins, the Miami Dolphin podcast that goes not only across the pond, but across the world. I'm Kadeem Simmons. Charlie Touche is ill again. He will hopefully be with us next episode, but go on social media, show him some love. Instead, I am joined by El Capitan, Chris Adams. Chris Adams of is it Fins? No, hold on. Fins Gate. No, something tailgate. Fins.
The Fins tailgate.
That's it. Fins.
It's easy, And when I came up with the name, I go, well, we're the Fins, and the dolphin has a tail. So I just need to get me a nice truck with a big old tailgate that has a tail. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get a truck one day. It's going to be an actual dolphin tail, and I'm going to bring it and party down at the thing with the Fins tailgate one of these days, bro. I can see it already.
listen, if you're not subscribed to his channel, when I say the energy, the work rate is mental. You've got what 3 episodes in, and you've already got merch. Listen,
I,
that's mental. Like, props to you, man. Like,
bro, you have no idea. I even said this. They have no idea what they're dealing with. Don't let the vampire in the door, brother, because I will take. I love the Dolphins, and I consume so much information from podcasts here and there. And until I heard you guys, although I listen to everyone else, you guys were the ones that had the flow I understood. Something that made me believe that I could be a part of this. And now that I have, I've trying to be like you. You guys are bringing other people around. There's nothing more blessing than that, is to share something we all love. And I won't let anybody down. That's just how I am, bro. I will literally be crazy about something, because it's almost like I can't not compete with myself. You know what I'm saying? I played football and sports my whole life, and now there's no sports left to play. I'll be 36. I play sports, I'm gonna blow my knee out. Then we're in real trouble. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you mean. You mentioned you played football growing up. So I remember you played for the Dolphins, and is it the Crusaders you played for?
Well, the Crusaders was the high school. It was in Colonel Newman. I played on the Dolphins every year. I played Pop Warner for a couple of years, and I'm going to have a whole origin story episode about it. But I played on the Dolphins every single year from the time I was 7 until I started at 14. So there was a good 6.5, 7 years I played every year on a Dolphins team. And then I went to high school and played on the Crusaders and stuff like that. And always been in South Florida. I lived in Central Florida for like 17 years area, but I ain't lived more north than like St. Augustine area. That's it.
Yeah.
And my blood is as thin as water. I don't like mountains, not that I got anything against them. It's just weird to me to see like the sky gone, because I've only been here in Florida where I got this giant sky. So it kind of makes me kind of freaked out. But other than that, man, that's pretty much how I've been going to games anytime we can. I got to see him in Jacksonville a couple times when I lived up there. I've seen him a couple times in Tampa. And if you get a chance, that Tampa Stadium is pretty cool. They got that cool ship in there, man. It's fun, man. It's a real cool place to go.
We hype other podcasts and Dolphins fans, not other teams here. Like I'm showing the Bucks. No,
I'm just saying, watch the Dolphins with Tampa's butt if you can in Tampa, because I'm gonna go there because I'm on the west coast of Florida now. So I will go to Miami and we'll see one. But if next time that we play in Tampa, I'm gonna be up there repping. Me and my dad threw hands with a couple guys a couple of years back when I was a little younger in Tampa one time. So we rep it right.
I'm glad you said that. And to get back to the game, so you mentioned that you box and stuff like that, and something I said in this podcast before, or actually it might have been on the Dolphin UK podcast. There's a lot of changeover happens. Like, we're all over the place here.
That's how it works, brother. That's what I've been trying to explain to people on mine. It's a commerce of blendingness. It's a weird chain link that happens once you get going on something like this.
Yeah, but so it's a boxing analogy, which I'm sure you know plenty of. Body shots to set up for the uppercut or that right hook or whatever it is. And that's what, like you said, the Dolphins have been doing all season. These body shots, which haven't really quite worked, haven't quite connected, but set up for stuff down the line. So,
get them to drop.
Yep. So you saw it against the Ravens with that massive play to Albert Wilson. They've done the exact same thing again. You can see that motion from Wilson go from right to left. They've been setting that up. They've been setting up this Mack Hollins deep pass for ages. And it worked today. And there's certain things that the Dolphins are trying to set up. Like you said, the Albert Wilson touchdown pass. They're trying to set up the wildcat to Gaskin. Stop that immediately. It's not working, but you have to keep them honest and all that kind of stuff. But
one of these times it is going to work, and it's going to be, we're never going to see the play coming. It's going to be like Tua going down the edge on a bomb free or something. That's how that's working, because that's what they've been doing. Yeah,
definitely. And I think also, to me, Tua had a okay game. It's like the Dolphins are coaching scared. I said it earlier. Like, there's all these little, curls and all that kind of stuff, all these underneath routes. And I think the Jets' long touchdown is what the Dolphins are trying to do with Waddle, trying to get him into open space. And he had a chance. He stepped out of bounds. Trying to get him underneath, one guy to miss touchdown. It hasn't happened yet. We had the long pass to Hollins today. But obviously people are all going to talk about interception. And it's
Oh
something
God.
which, listen, I can see what he tried to do. It's one of those passes where, because it's intercepted, it's ugly and it's ugly as hell. But if he drops that, right, I think it's to Waddle. It's a great pass. It's over one defender just before the other. It's the
Yeah,
kind
but
of pass.
he didn't put it on the over. He put it on the around, like he's Neo and he's
Yeah,
gonna bend the bullet or something. I mean, it was a little bit much. He shouldn't have done it. He should have. I think that's where his height limitation comes in because he can't put it like over on top of someone like that. And I get that, but it was. I did like how they did come off that kind of wildcat formation run. So it did kind of work, that wildcat, because it was that to Waddle for that rushing touchdown, man. And
yeah,
Waddle did great today, man. I saw that coming, and I said that on my show that I really thought Waddle was going to have one of those breakout games, man. And I thought in some ways it is. I really wish he would have had the play that he stepped out was only for 14 yards, but man, I want to see him in open field against some safeties, just doing that thing. We know he's got it. It's going to look so good to see. It's going to be a show, to say the least, man.
yeah, definitely. And I think it's just a matter of working out something. Like for me, they went deep to Hollins, got a touchdown out of it. But I feel like
We've
they
been
didn't really.
calling for more work for Hollins. Everybody has. You guys, especially, you're the biggest Hollins supporters. You two fight over who's the bigger supporter. I mean, literally, you guys fight over who's the best supporter. No, I was in first. No, it's my shirt. I bought the jersey. You can't have them. You know what I'm saying? You guys been waiting to see that too. You must have been crazy. I hope Charlie's feeling better, but man, he must have been screaming in the bedroom. Hollins, laying there in his shirt, snuggled up.
I sent a voice note to LB and I was like, yeah, Hollins my dude. But like thing is like I want to be cheeky and get a Hollins jersey, but the moment I do
Oh,
that,
don't do it, brother. Don't
yeah.
do it, man. Don't, man. Listen, I'm not. This is a Landry shirt. Okay, it's a jersey. It's Landry. I got this. Landry's gone. I might have to curse too, brother. I don't even buy jerseys no more. I'll buy some swag. I'll buy like what you kind of got. I'll rep just the team because I'm afraid too, bro. I think we all kind of got the curse. I think it's almost the kiss of death if you're a Dolphins player. If you got a jersey and people are trying to buy it, he's gone. That's why I get scared of Gasicki, man. I mean, it's the only guy we can buy, bro. I'm so scared. I hope I'm wrong. Please
You
tell
know
me I'm
what?
wrong.
You mentioned Mike. The referees today just clearly watching another game because that like offensive pass interference on Mike, like there was nothing in that, nothing at all, and I'm glad the penalty didn't cost us. But at the
Yeah.
same time, it's like we just got to clean it up, Play
And
complimentary football.
I don't mean to cut you off because the refs got the hardest job. And
Oh,
we
of course.
all unanimously hate the refs. So God bless these guys for taking this stuff. But I do also notice what the refs' real job is to call a fair game and to protect the players. Because that Braxton Berrios muffed punt, where Campbell came in, got kind of tied up. Braxton took a step forward, tripped him up. That really is what we need. And it was an ugly penalty that cost us dang near a steal. You know what I'm saying? But that's, even though it cost our team, it's worth the price paid, because what we don't want is these guys staring up in the world, not looking at anyone coming, and guys not looking at the ball, sprinting right towards them. That's what we don't want, man. And that's, so I cut the refs as much slack on a game like today. But man, even the announcers pointed out like two or three, like, I don't even know where that flag was at, bro.
There
I wonder,
was
is Mike, just because of how kind of gangly he is? He's such a giant of a man. It's like he's got a small body with giant legs and arms, and
yeah.
it's almost like he looks like he's doing things that he's not.
You know what? I don't know because, like you said, the announcers called it. There was a pass to a pass to someone on the left, and
Yeah,
it might be Wilson, and it's a big gain, and they're
yeah,
like holding on. I think it
88.
was 81, Durham Smythe, and it was
Oh,
like, what holding call? Like there is nothing there. Um, yeah, I really don't know, but again, it's a win's a win. Obviously, we want to beat the Jets.
yeah.
Yeah, obviously we want to beat the Jets by 14, 21, 28, and really to put an absolute beating on them. It didn't happen. But listen,
Maybe it'll happen when we play them, and then we got Zach Wilson. I want to see that beat down. I want to see Pretty Boy get blasted, bro. That's what I want to see. I want to see Jets fans being mad as can get up because we're just swamping that young kid. Just the whole deal. That's what I'm hoping to see next time in here. Next time.
okay. So then, like, question for you: do you reckon if they start Mack Hollins, if they start Zach Wilson, or even Mike White, whatever his name is? Do you reckon they put up that many yards on us, or do you reckon that defense just swarms and kills them?
Well, Mike White, I actually think Mike White's a pretty darn good quarterback. I saw him move. That kid's pretty good. I don't want to see him, to be personally, because that's the kind of guy that got no name, that I don't know who the heck he is, that ends up beating me, and it pisses me off. You know what I'm saying? But the Zach Wilson, yeah, I could see that zero blitz, that stunts and twists. I just want to see him seeing ghost, as they say out there, just spinning and stuff. I'm hoping that we come out the bye week rested on a win streak. Jets are, trying to play this, and we're talking, hey, this Dolphins team is getting out of their bye week almost at 500. They beat the Jets, or whatever. They're on the up and up, and I hope it's against Zach Wilson. I hope it's a beatdown like no other, man. I really do. Let's stick it to New York.
Sorry to cut you off. You say stick it to New York. So, Josh Franklin Myers said this after the game. Tua beat the Jets by throwing up prayers, and sometimes prayers were answered. Like, that's what my face.
I mean,
was like.
bro, are they jabbing at this boy or what?
Like, I think you know what? I'm gonna get the stats, because at one point it was just like the dude could not miss. No,
listen, when we get it the other way and he's just dinking dunking and he's 28 of 30 for 325 yards, 3 touchdowns and an interception and a loss, I don't really care what he does. And that's not what he did today. He had a couple of big plays and big throws today, and that's not what we've seen in him. The writers don't like change. They like to be right. And when they're wrong, I bet you if you go and look on his stuff from before, I bet you he had a prediction and he was wrong. And so he's like, yeah, my prediction's wrong, but it's only because Tua threw up, prayers and they were answered.
But looking at his stats, so in the second half alone, or at one point in the second half, he was 9 for 10, 133 yards, 2 touchdowns. On one drive, he went 8 for 8, and I think that ended with the touchdown to Myles Gaskin. But it's like, when did he throw up prayers and they were answered? If anything, he threw a deep bomb to Mack Hollins because no one defended him.
That was dialed up. That was a beautifully dialed up play, because that motion on the other side, it sucked the corner safety over, and that just left him free running. That ain't a prayer. That's this team doing its job. That's this team making it happen.
So Tua stats: 27 for 33, 273 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interceptions.
That's good stat, bro.
Again, show me where the phone, like, I'm waiting to see it. To me, it sounds like Tua drove down the field in the second half, dotted you up over and over and over and over and over again. You couldn't answer him, and you're salty because your team are buns. But get better. Don't blame Tua.
Yeah, I feel for Jets fans in some way. I don't feel real bad for them because I feel bad for nobody. But, they're getting their time. They got a young quarterback. He's not even in there. We've seen this exact scenario with, old man Rivers on our team. Don't get me wrong. At least Flacco is just a regular cat. Fitzpatrick, he's a showman, to say the least. But, it's kind of funny too, because I didn't know the exact stats, but my brother-in-law on that episode, I don't mean to cut back, but he literally predicted those exact stats. He goes, I could see Tua having a 280 yard to 240 yard game, but he was certain. He said 280 first. I was like 280, and then he goes 280 yards with 2 touchdowns. I mean, he hit it right on the money, the guy.
Yeah. It's going to be a short one today.
Yeah.
Stay with us in bonus time. We'll discuss. I think it's only right to discuss like Preston Williams. But we'll get to there. But listen, before you join us in bonus time, pause the video and do a few things. Well, don't pause the video just yet. Do what I say and then pause the video. So hit like, hit subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And then once you told a friend to tell a friend, make sure you
Tell
go to
somebody
Chris
else.
Adams's. Yep, go to Chris Adams on YouTube channel. The Finn's Tailgate, got it right. The nice Finn's Tailgate.
Yes, Finn's Tailgate. Yeah.
Drop a like, subscribe, leave a comment, say Go Time Dolphins sent you. Like, listen,
Please let me know the boys are sending you because I gotta show love. I'm gonna hit Kadeem up, be like, hey man, so and so came here, man. And also, Kadeem, when guys want to make sure to catch your shows as soon as they drop, especially on YouTube, and it's a pain in the neck. And I've only recently learned this from somebody else. The notification bell is on, but it's not notifying them. So you actually have to go on, click it on, and then you got to turn it on or all or something like that. So the bell goes from being clear to being filled in. And that's when you drop an episode, you guys will know. So make sure when you guys are subscribing to Go Times and you do subscribe, hit the bell so they know when the episodes are dropped. So I'm telling you, got to get the content, got to get it quick because these boys are talking it right.
Definitely. So I'm going to leave a little gap for you to pause it. So pause now. You've done your thing. Welcome back. Join us in bonus time. Stay positive, test negative for Kadeem Simmons, for El Capitan, Chris Adams. Thank you for tuning in this time. Make sure you catch us next time on Go Times. All right, safe.
Alrighty.
You are now tuned in to Go Time Dolphins with Charlie Touche and Kadeem Simmons, the Miami Dolphins podcast that's for the fans and by the fans.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's showtime. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's showtime. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Don't waste no time.
Preston Williams, I only saw him for one play, and that was the Albert Wilson pass.
The best play he could have had, brother.
And he went out injured.
Could have been the man. We could all be like, Preston. And he didn't. Why? He stretched out for it. Why did he even stretch out for it? Why did he stop running? He could have almost ran it and hit him right in the face. It was a pretty good throw by Wilson.
Yeah.
For him being so little, too.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not one to say get rid of a guy. I think Preston Williams has so much upside, but it's one of the biggest cliches in any sport. The best ability is availability.
That's right.
And it's a whole maximizing your minutes. I'm a massive wrestling fan, AEW, WWE, only AEW now. But when you get these up and coming wrestlers and they've only got a quick 5-minute match and they're going to lose, but you're on TV, maximize your minutes, make the most of this opportunity. And I feel like Preston Williams now, especially where Mack Hollins is on the up. Mack Hollins is looking like a starting NFL wide receiver. He's gone from a special teams ace to basically a starting NFL wide receiver.
Captain.
And a captain as well.
Captain.
Preston Williams can't afford these injuries. And listen, I feel for the guy. To me, it's a matter of luck. If he catches that and it's a touchdown, we're talking Preston Williams, finish the season strongly, give him a new contract. But
the season's not over so much. He's still, you know what? I think people too, man, I don't mean to cut you off, but if he goes off the last 4 games, it'll almost be like he went off all year, especially if he wins us some of those last 4 games and one of them somehow by a miracle puts us in the playoffs. We'll be like, throw money at that boy, because you only remember what you did last, really, in a lot of those situations. But he can't afford to slack, because guys like Hollins, they're taking all his snaps, and rightfully so. I agree.
100%. But like you said, it's what have you done for me lately? And what you've done for me lately is
just drop every friggin' thing, run to your direction, bro. What the heck is going on?
And then you got injured, and in the nicest possible way. Listen, Hunter Long is never dressed. I'm gonna call it it's not a Myles Gaskin thing, but when Gaskin was on this episode or on this podcast, he said sitting out that first year and watching from the stands was the best thing he could have done. I'm going to assume they're doing that for Hunter Long. They don't need him right now. Sit and learn, all that kind of stuff. But if Preston Williams is going to dress and get hurt, chuck in Hunter Long for me, or Noah, or Kirk Merritt. or Chilwell.
Maybe Hunter Long isn't mentally there. Maybe they're doing him a favor. I wonder about that, especially with young kids, young guys. He was a Boston College guy, and he's not like a wide receiver, and he didn't get even the amount of attention he received from Boston College. I think, look, from when I went to that Canes game last night, it's the same thing as a regular game. The only difference is from the one level to the next is it's for real now, boys. There ain't no mistakes, and if you do, you got to be able to accept them and move on. And maybe he just needs a little bit more mental time. I think about that also with like Noah, which I can't wait to see Noah, because we have seen flashes in the preseason and stuff like that. I hope to see him out there on the boundary doing what they want him to do. But these guys, I really, it's almost like I don't blame Chris Greer for the offensive line. Everyone was trying to fire Chris Greer. I don't blame guys that aren't on the field for what's happening. I do blame Preston Williams for dropping that pass. I mean, brother, come on. But I try to cut these guys slack where they can, man, because, it's a hard game. And Preston should not drop that ball, though. He really needs to get there. You're sitting here wondering where Hunter Long is because Preston's doing such a bad job. You're looking for who to replace him with, and that's where the insanity sets in. Because, come on, Preston. That is what we know he can make that catch. So
100%.
I just want to see it, and we want to see that magic happen, especially on a magical play where it's being passed by Albert Wilson. So,
yeah, and I think it's just a matter of, like you said, maximizing your minutes. I think I'm going to end on this Xavier Howard quote because I think it's brilliant.
Nice Xavier Howard quote. I'm excited to hear it.
He was asked about the offense having some long drives, giving the defense some rest today. He said that I love that for the defense. We need that break sometimes. So when we get that break, we come back out there fresh. And he was asked about, the offense burning the clock at the end. And he said he loves that SH word. So listen, Xavier Howard, I agree with you. When the Dolphins win, I love the SH.
Yeah. You know what, though? That's a team, and that's kind of what we always hope for. And Flo is keeping these boys together. And when guys like Xavier, who have always been quiet and reserved, is stepping up like this, and he's been giving praise to the offense, I think we're looking at something special happening, man. I really hope we keep this winning going, come out of the bye week, get another win, because if that's the case, man, the feel of where we'll be the last quarter of the season will be something worth rooting for, man. Could you guys imagine if something really starts turning around? I'm going to freak out, bro. I'm going to start freaking out if stuff starts turning around. I'll be putting out 10 videos a day. I'm like, Kadeem, come on, I need you to get on. We got to talk about the wins.
One last time, tell everyone where they can find you, and make sure you go hit this guy up because he's got.
Yeah, guys. And I'll tell you, like I just told everybody, there's a video I did. It's a preview of the game, and I'm giving away a Chad Pennington rookie card, bro. Check it out. I showed you that, remember? And so check that out. It's at the Fins tailgate. And anyone who does catch me on there, if you're not already subscribed or liking and turn that notification bell on, you got to give these guys some comments, man. You really got to reach out to them. They want to talk to you. They will talk to you, just like me. And this is what it's really about. You hear them with the UK Dolphins fans, other guys. I've got other guys that I've been now getting reached out to, and I'm only here because of them. So show these boys some love, please, man. They're trying to do it right. They take a lot of their energy and time to make this happen. Check me out at the Fins tailgate. Go Time Dolphins. Holla out.